Bite-sized business award-winning talk, helping smart businesses scale, not just walk. From structure to strategy, marketing to flow, Kylie and Jenni, let's get your business to grow. Bite-sized business, real talk, sharp and clear. Growth, visibility, and shifting up a gear. Smart chat, strong moves, no playing small. Kylie and Jenni, ready for it all. This is bite-sized business, straight to the core. System, strategy, and so much more. Marketing and lands, offers that sell. Kylie and Jenni, we do it damn well.
Good morning, Kylie. How are you?
Great, Jenni. How are you going?
I'm going really well. I'm so excited to be catching up with you again today. It's been so long, and I'm really excited to chat about SEO and AEO and GEO, all the things that we need to know about getting ourselves found online now, because things have changed so much in the last year. I'm struggling to keep up, and I imagine everyone else who's not in the business industry like we are and coaching people are probably going, what is happening with the world at the moment with AI? So today, I'm so excited because you're going to share a little bit about how we can maintain that and keep ourselves visible and keep ourselves being found online with some really cool hacks around the changes. So tell us a little bit about that.
I'd love to, but I first of all would just love to say and really reiterate what you've just said about people who are not doing what we do, that are just sitting back trying to do best what they do, and just go, what on earth? I only just learned about SEO for my business. What do you mean now I've got to show up in AI searches and all these other places? And a lot of them don't even know that they even want to be showing up on AI. That some people don't even like AI at all. But the reality is it's here whether we want it or not. So embrace it and get going with it. But yeah, it is a lot, isn't it? Like, just the whole way that we show up online has just changed so dramatically. It's quite exhausting. And AI, as you know, is now just built into every single thing we do. In fact, my Xero subscription just went up, and I was like, for goodness sakes, again. Oh, and Google Workspace has just gone up. And why for both of those things? It's because they've added an AI component. Whether we wanted it or not, we're paying for it.
And I think what's really interesting is, and I guess I've been reflecting on this a lot, particularly with clients who talk around, I don't want to use chat. I don't want to it's going to devalue our work. It's going to do all these things. And actually what I've realized is, as a reflection is, AI has been part of our world for so long. We just didn't know it was there, right? We've had AI knowing where we've been located, like location settings, and when you talk to Siri and Siri talks back at you, and all those things that we've just embraced over the last 3 to 4, maybe 5 or 6 years. We didn't really call them AI, so it didn't really scare us, right? And now we've kind of starting to actually identify these things as AI and how they can be enablers for our business. It is such an incredible time to be in business, because people who didn't have access to the information or trying to learn how to do new things and are really trying to find those time hacks, AI can really help us improve the way we do business. And as you said, when powerhouses like Xero are jumping on board to engage in AI as every other platform, it's telling you that it's going to add value and be an enabler to grow our business, scale our business, improve your profitability, all the things that we're looking for as not just a small business, but as we grow into bigger businesses.
Absolutely. And like I said from the very beginning, when ChatGPT burst on the scenes, which is really what made people go, wow, what do we think about this AI thing? And you're right, we've been using AI for a very, very, very long time, but it really was just ChatGPT where people went, holy moly, this thing I can just use so easily, so quickly to produce a whole lot of, let's be honest, pretty crappy content. And so the internet is full of it, just a whole lot of blah, because people don't know how to use it properly.
Yeah,
and so it's such an incredible tool, but it isn't replacing us. That's the reality, is we need to learn how to use it and be super smart with it. So, like I've written a number of blogs and done a lot of content around the fact of the copy paste from ChatGPT. So the M dashes, the words like fluff and the honestly, and there's just so many AI red flags where you just know people haven't even been bothered to actually look and go, is that our vibe? Is that our voice? And it's just training AI in the way your brand needs to operate. is a really great thing to do. So, yeah, it's
Completely
interesting,
agree.
isn't it? It's very interesting, and it's changing daily what's going on.
And that's what I'm finding. I think that they're kind of keeping up. It's the kind of conversation you used to talk about keeping up with the Joneses, right? Is making sure you're doing all the right things and doing things that other people in the industry are doing and making sure that you're showing up how you want to show up. But now we've got the same need when it comes to AI and particularly in the Google space. I know Google has really embraced this and it's shifting the way that we're doing SEO, it's shifting the way that we need to show up. And I think what's really cool about this, and you're going to share a little bit about it, it's not just what you're doing for your business, it's how we use and how we can get the most out of our interactions online, whether it's you through chat or whether it's through any other large language model or whether it's through Google itself, and how we engage in that platform has changed profoundly. And we were talking, before we kicked off and saying, beforehand we would say restaurants in Brisbane and that would all we want. Now we talk into through Siri or talk to Google and say, hey Siri, please tell me the 5 best restaurants in Brisbane that have the best margarita pizza. It's like we now actually engage with Google in a completely different way because of our engagement with chat.
Totally. So it's all about questions and answers now. So, for example, yes, we've still got to focus on SEO, and I'll talk a little bit more about that. But now we've also got to remember AEO, which is answer engine optimization. So, that for those people not even sure what SEO is, it's search engine optimization. So, AEO is answer engine optimization. And so, what that means is that we've got to write our content in a way that gives us some really quick and clear answers. So we want our content to show up in those new Google featured snippets. You know, when you're Googling something and a whole little blurb comes up rather than a whole bunch of links to websites. And well, they're still linking to websites, but it's quite extraordinary. We're getting a really good answer to the question that we're typing in. It's also incredibly good for voice searches, like you just said, Siri, Alexa, etc. And also FAQ sections. We need those on every one of our blogs now, on all of our web pages,
Mm.
because that's going to make sure or help us to show up when people are asking the question. So, for example, one of those would be if I typed into Google, what's a lead magnet? Then I need to then be providing an answer to it. So, what I would have in a blog post that talked about how to get leads, for example, I would put the question in there. What is a lead magnet? And I'd have the answer. Oh, it's a freebie that gives value, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So that's really important for AEO, but GEO is generative engine optimization. So if you want to get quoted by AI, like quoted by ChatGPT or quoted by Perplexity, so it's really good for AI generated summaries and for tools that don't list links but actually explain the answers. And of course, all those things like blogs, tips, stories, so those thought leadership pieces. So if you write a blog post explaining how to, so say, plan a month of content or how to create 30 subject lines to make sure people are going to open your emails, for example, then you would put that inside your blog post and make sure that you're including those words to make sure, for example, I would say, according to Hello Media, one great method to do that to make sure your emails get opened is to blah 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 blah, and then repurpose across platforms. So I'm showing up as the one that gives the answers when you're searching. So incredibly powerful. So yeah, we need SEO, AEO, and GEO in everything we're doing.
And really, and the way you're explaining there is so good. And I'm ready, the conversations that we had, I'm thinking 3 years ago when we first talked around the way that you repurpose your blogs into your socials and the importance of FAQs on your websites and questions and answers. These are hints and tips that you've been giving us for 3 or 4 years already. And so we're really saying now is what I'm hearing is these things that we should be doing already as a matter of form, so that when someone says, how do I do this? It comes up, it shows up your blog because it finds your question. When we're talking about, from an SEO perspective, that kind of the right kind of word phrases and things that we want to help boost that. It's now even more important because all the different ways that AI is supporting our information collection, that means your information is going to come up in all those different ways rather than just the singular way. So it's kind of like, I kind of liken it like back in the day when you made a choices. Do I want to play on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn? And we're like, you need to play on all of them because then people find them in all of them. It's really the same way, isn't it? So making sure that we're addressing all these different sort of versions of AI, SEO, GEO, AIO is really around playing across all the platforms in the most effective
and
way.
it's so important too to note that now when you do a Google search, it's not just the summary, obviously, and there always used to be images, but there's now also short videos. So our reels are appearing, and that can be YouTube shorts or Facebook or Instagram reels, but also Pinterest videos. So that's such an important part of your
Mm.
strategy. But what's so interesting that I've been finding in all my deep diving into it is that sometimes your video from 2 years ago is showing up right at the top of that short video section that people are searching for, because does it answer the question that I've typed into search? And if it does, it doesn't matter how old it is, it's going to appear. And it's quite extraordinary the new ways that we're able to now get visible. And it's actually so much easier than it ever was before.
I love that. And so really it's about and I guess that my message, particularly if you're somebody going, oh my God, this is so much, this is a little bit overwhelming. There's lots of O's that we're talking around here today. It's really around saying, this is the time to start playing. This is the time to really start deep diving. And if we start thinking about these three levels of the way the AI is actually engaging in our content, where it's going to shortcut our process, right? It's okay, I've written the blog. Do I have these things that are going to hit AEO, AIO, SEO, and GEO? If you can answer those three, and I'm sure you've got a great blog that I know I've seen a couple of lately around kind of the ways and tips and hints to do this. But if we're thinking about that front of mind every time we make content, it's actually going to shortcut and shorten our process to market. And that's what everybody's looking for, particularly in the noise that is existing at the moment on
Absolutely.
socials.
So, just in a super, super short summary, SEO is helping you get found on Google. AEO helps you get chosen as the answer, and GEO helps you get quoted by AI. So, together, you want to do all those three things. If you're putting the effort in to writing some content, whether it's a product page for something that you're selling or a service that you're offering, you need to get seen and trusted. So, this is an AI future, and we need to be part of it.
And I think it's really important. You said that quickly at the start, but if we circle back to that, is when we're starting this conversation, no matter what platform you're using to help generate your content or help develop or refine your content, you still need to train it in what your expertise is in, what you're good at, what are the things that make you unique, what are the things that help you stand out and support your clients, and whatever you're doing, whether it's product or service, you still need to make sure we're hitting those things and training whatever platform we're using to understand who we are first, before we then say, great, you've got all this amazing information. Now, can you help me identify these next steps? And I think that's what's really important. And you said it really quickly in passing about training AI. But I think it's really the game changer, isn't it? How well you train your AI, whatever system you're using, the better output you're going to get, and the more it's going to sound like you. And also, the more unique you're going to be, right? Because otherwise, if you're getting AI to generate your information, as you said, if you're really good with all the different kind of ways of engaging with it, you're going to end up quoting somebody else's content. You're going to start quoting maybe potentially competitors or somebody who's playing in the same market, and then your voice becomes muted because it's not your voice, it's somebody else's voice that you're
For
just
sure.
repurposing.
And so a couple of weeks ago, I did an in-person workshop on exactly this. And then in 2 weeks, I'm running the online version of it. And it's all about how to create your own AI assistant that knows you intimately. So what happens during that process is that you're answering this massive series of questions that I've created as part of a custom GPT. And then when you've finished all of that, as part of this workshop, you have then built your own business brain. And the best part of that is that
Mm.
you can use that business brain wherever you go and whatever you do with it. So you can put it into Perplexity, you can put it into Claude, you can put it into anything that you're using that doesn't have a memory, and pop it in there. And so for example, perfect for people using free things like the free version of ChatGPT. Pop that PDF for business brain in there, And then immediately it's got everything it needs to know about you, your voice, your words you use, the words you shouldn't use, all that good stuff. And then you can say, okay, now write me 3 great subject lines for this funnel process or whatever it is. And the output you get is extraordinary compared to, hello, ChatGPT, please can you make me 3 subject lines about this topic? So massive, massive difference in what you get out of it when you can feed it the right information.
Yeah, I love that. And so really it's now is the time, right? Now is the time to start playing this. If it's the whole old adage, I think Ray Dalio used to say, or one of the investors said, when's the best time to plant a tree? It's like 20 years ago, but if not, let's start now. So if you haven't got on the bandwagon yet of understanding how to plan and train and use AI to really upskill yourself and really elevate your business, now is definitely the time to do it. And I know you have a number of blogs around this, and you have been doing that over the last probably 6 months, particularly educating us and helping us kind of find, ways to do that. But what are 3 tips that, someone tuning in today who can take away to say, what are the 3 things that I need to start doing today? I'm going to get you to give us 3, but I'm going to give you one. Is we have to first train your, business brain, do that business brain document first. Once you've done that, what are the next 3
So
things
yes,
we
definitely
need to
on the
do?
business brain. And if you think of that in terms of you just need to write like a human, not like a robot, because you'll notice in your own feed, it is just, on social media, but also articles. It's just so obviously written by AI. And is that how you want your business to show up? Probably not. So that's definitely the first one. The second one is that you need to answer common questions clearly. So start with what is or how do I, because that's what people are searching. So make sure that you are giving those answers. And you can do that so clearly and easily with an FAQ section on everything, and using headings and bullet points and make things easy for people to read. And is that the second one? Yes. So the third one would be, this is a great tip I'm about to share. You want to add a quick summary at the top. Sometimes I put it at the bottom, but wherever you want to put it, it needs to be a quick summary, and it's your mini answer. So, it's the little TL semicolon DR. So that stands for too long, didn't read. And so many of us are just way too busy. Yes, I can see that's going to be a great article, but I just want the quick summary of it. So the TLDR literally summarizes your entire thing in one very short paragraph. So if you're including your TLDR in it, it makes it so easy for people to see what it's about.
I love that. And what's your
Okay,
give us
one
one
more
more.
would be share tips, stories, and examples. So, real examples of the way you've had a client have a transformation or a product has done incredible things, but really good value based tips and stories about how you got into it and why you're doing it. So, all of that really, really helps people connect with you. And it's real from you, it's not real from a robot.
And if we do those 3 things after we've trained our brain, we do those 3 things in the way that we show up in our content, that's going to actually help us get seen by other people when they're doing that search and summary. When they type that question into Google and you get that AI summary and it's linking to everybody else's site to say, this person said this and this person said that. And hey, this is what we think is the best practice because Kylie said it is. That's the way we get our name up front, is that we have those really clear instructions, really good summaries, and really easy information that people can access and is accessible to engage with. So it's said not 5-page blogs anymore. It's short, sharp, short answers, direct answers, but with
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
voice.
So do your long one if it's important that you've got all that info in there, but make sure you add your little too long didn't read section. So, and in this instance, the TLDR is SEO helps you get found on Google, AEO helps you get chosen as the answer, and GEO helps you get quoted by AI. And you absolutely want all those 3.
Love that. And on that note, I think it's a great way to finish today. If you're listening on this, I really encourage you to go and have a look at hellomedia.team. on their socials or Hello Media's website and check out Kylie's blogs. Kylie, what's the latest blog on this week?
Oh, the latest one, I've been doing another one around accessibility, because more than ever, I love to talk on that topic, but more than ever before, when we are wanting AI to read our site, then we have to be making it accessible. And when we want people that are vision impaired or any kind of disability there or needing extra support, we need to make it really, really clear for them. And we are rewarded by Google, rewarded by YouTube, rewarded by all those platforms, thank goodness. And finally, when we're making our content more accessible.
I love that. So if you haven't checked out hellomedia.team's blogs, I 100% encourage you to do that. We look at them every week. You've got amazing things around, how to get your content, to sound like you, even when you're using AI, not making sure that AI isn't wrecking your rankings on SEO. So ensuring that your blogs sound like you again and making sure you're using it in the right way. So many amazing blogs that you have on that website. So I really encourage everyone to go there, but also take away those 3 tips today. Start to get to understand all the different elements of what AI and how AI can support your business. But Kylie, so great to see you today. It's so lovely to chat. Is there a final message you want to leave everyone with other than those amazing tips that you've filled us with?
I just want to say you need to get seen and trusted. So remember what we've always talked about for years, the know, like, and trust factor. That is more important than ever before, because it's the humanness that connects us. So embrace AI, but remember, it's the you in your business that's going to make the difference.
Amazing wisdom as always. So great to see you. For everyone else who's listening in, check out hellomedia.team site, check out their socials, connect through Hello Media's amazing Facebook groups where Kylie shares so many incredible tips and hints to help you grow your business and get visible online. Pretty much every day, there's always something new on your Facebook group. So Kylie, so
You
good
too,
to see
Jenni.
you again.
Before we go,
Cannot
though,
wait.
do you want to tell everybody about your new Empire
Yeah.
Builders coming up?
I do. I'm so excited. We have completely revamped Empire Builders. We've been doing it since 2021-ish, just post-COVID, and we are rebranding, relaunching, and in November this year, we're in a beautiful old property, big property in the Gold Coast hinterland, and we are deep diving even more before on Empire Builders. So yes, you still get your amazing 3 days. Yes, you still get content. We have revamped the workbooks. We are building it out. We're going deeper into your business planning, going deeper into how to build and grow your business in the way that works for you, how to really scale your business rapidly if you want to, or scale it at a pace that suits you. We're starting to talk more and deep dive into those business systems that elevate and support our business growth. So really, it's everything that we had in the original Empire Builders, but we're just doubling down. And so way more content, way more engagement, way more sessions to be delivered over 3 days in November, and we cannot wait. It is going to be so exciting. We also have our amazing Meg, who has joined us as our marketing and comms manager, going to come along and take some amazing photos and help you also with your own kind of styling and how you show up as a business owner. And we have also our amazing support from our team. So it's going to be epic. If you haven't been to Empire Builders, or you've been before and you want to have that refresh, now is definitely the time to be joining us in November this year. And then again, we're launching it, or we're doing our next US Empire Builders early 2026, which I'm very excited, and we'll be revealing the location of that in the next couple of months. So very, very excited. Empire Builders is
Yay!
growing.
Congratulations. I look
Thanks,
forward to seeing
Kylie.
you all next month for that'll be our special spring edition of Bite Size Business.
It will be. And I'm excited because when we talk next time, we'll be talking around just that question, which I'm often asked, is how do I build a business that works for me? And how do I know if I'm stuck in my business, how do I change it and pivot it so I can grow it in the way that I want to grow it, and not like someone else is telling me that doesn't really align to me. I don't want to work 5 days a week, or you want to work all 5 days a week, or you only want to work 2 days a week. We'll show you and talk to you about how to build a business that works for you, and some of the tips that you can start to take away if you're looking
Sounds
to
great. I can't wait.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much for finding us and seeing us today. We look forward for you to share it with us in our next Empire Builders.
Thanks,
Kylie,
you
have a
too.
great day.
Bye.
Bite-sized business award-winning talk, helping smart businesses scale, not just walk. From structure to strategy, market into flow. Kylie and Jenni, let's get your business to grow. Bite-sized business, real talk, sharp and clear. Growth, visibility, and shifting up a gear. Smart chat, strong moves, no playing small. Kylie and Jenni, ready for it all. This is